I came from a school up in far north Queensland, and I think the first 6 months here were a little bit of a shock for me. Teacher motivation was pretty low and student motivation was extremely low, and that for me was different to anything I'd seen before. It was actually below what I had come to expect.
Everybody was ready for a change, a cultural change of significance, and staff were happy to take that journey.
I don't think we had a very strong sense of community here when we first started. The students came to school, did their classes, went home. We didn't have a lot of extracurricular work going on. There wasn't a lot of clubs or a lot of socialising happening at school. There's definitely been more of an increase in that in the last couple of years. I think people at this school definitely take a lot more pride in the school now, students and staff.
The atmosphere here, it's so, like, you try and explain it, but people generally don't believe you because it's just so, like, welcoming and everyone's friends with each other. Like, it sounds really cliche, but, like, when you come to school, it's like you just walk down the hall and you're saying hello to everybody and they're coming up to you and they're saying, you know, how was your weekend and stuff. And, you know, it's not even people in your own year level. It's people in, like, that you've met through a performing arts showcase or an academic workshop. And it's just so nice to know that you can come to school and have support from people in all the different year levels, as well as the teachers.
Back in 2012, we were nominated as one of the pilot schools, so the first schools in Queensland that would get grade 7 students into high school.
At that stage, we were guessing what Year 7 might look like because no other high school had had them in Queensland.
So parents were really concerned about things like social emotional safety. Would they be safe from the other kids? Would they be supported? Things like that. One of the systems, I guess, we put in place to do that was the establishment of a health program that integrated social emotional learning into it.
We built a program that was fundamentally around supporting their resilience and reducing their anxiety and building their transition.
I think for me, leading up to high school, I was mostly stressed about the workload. And then on my very first day, one of my teachers said to me, it's not about how well you do, it's about how hard you try. And that was just like from day one, that was the attitude of the entire staff, that was the attitude of all of my peers.
The Mind Matters content and program delivery is actually delivered in a class through the curriculum, and it is reported upon. And when you have a subject that holds those weighty aspects to curriculum and reporting, it's taken a lot more seriously. I think the number one thing that schools could take from our journey is that we have a team of people who are very passionate about the delivery of learning and wellbeing in our school. And as long as you have a team and not just one voice, I think that it's a much more sustainable model. Our students are very happy. They feel very happy. They feel connected and they feel honest, and they genuinely want to interact with their teachers as people, not as superiors.
I think it's that with the school, they treat you like adults in some ways, and that they really listen to your opinions. And also, like, when you come here, the school's got a great community base.
When students are happy and they feel cared for and they have a place in this environment, academically they tend to pursue a much better career pathway, I guess. They're happier here, so they want to learn.
That's the thing that they value about being here, is their learning, as opposed to the socialising being the number one aspect.
In a class, it's not taught as this is the way that it's going to happen, and if that doesn't work for you, that's too bad. Every student's needs is catered for in a specific way to their unique learning abilities.
Teachers have an energy and a vivaciousness in their teaching and a general well-being feeling in their rooms, that they're not just delivering content, but they're delivering ways to think about things and opportunities and possibilities. If you don't have that energy, in my experience, students will pull you up and they will ask you why in such and such as class they feel great about these things and they're lagging behind in yours, and they do feel comfortable in holding the teacher accountable.
I also think that just in everyday classwork, the way that the teachers interact with their students, it just makes us all feel like, it makes us all step up to the plate more because they treat us like adults, and it just forces us to be more mature in a way, because if you're being a brat, then like it's not just the teachers that will get mad at you, it's your peers as well.
Because it's about their learning too.
Our teachers aren't wasting time with behaviour management concerns because kids feel comfortable and happy here. They want to be in a classroom, and they're not generating ways of trying to get out of learning. They genuinely want to be there.
As the student motivation and outlook has changed, so too has the teacher outlook and motivation, and that idea of teacher efficacy has just really exploded here at the school.
They engage with us outside of the classroom that you can barely get from one area of the school to another without being stopped by a bunch of kids that, want to talk about their assessment or have you watched this TV show or just how are you going today. So that makes me really proud.
There's a sense of, I think throughout the whole school, there's a sense of togetherness. And I think that's something really special because it's not always easy to build in a school.
And that's really warming that they listen when we generate a statement at assembly that says, have you been kind to someone today? Or have you genuinely waited to hear how someone is? Or have you asked them today? And they're polite, they're courteous, and they genuinely care. And I think that's really warming in a school.